Hello and welcome. Thanks for coming down to Mike's. I'm here with Dominic Cressetto. Um, he's got his own sports broadcast for the Southern Football
Sun Belt
Sun Belt.
Conference.
No, it's Sun Belt. Oh, Sun Belt Conference.
Well,
Okay,
that's
that's a
the.
thing because I've already told everybody I don't know shit about sports.
I don't either. I just pretend to know.
Oh,
No,
that's nice.
yeah, the Sun Belt Conference is what we cover, and I think you said Sun Belt Syndicate. That's the name of our podcast and website.
Yes. Okay, so I got that right.
Yeah.
Um, so as I said yesterday, I wasn't sure if you wanted me to pull out your last name, but I said so. Dominic goes by Nick, so we'll be calling him Nick for the rest of this episode. But it's Dominic Cressetto.
Yes.
Now I'm wondering if everybody pictured you and they still see you.
If you did, you're a liar.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is, because we're both half Irish, half Italian. I got hit with the Italian stick.
Yeah.
And you fell all the way down the Irish tree.
A couple times, I think. They just recycled me a few times through there. Yeah, I actually had. I might have told you this one, but I had a guy I worked for, landscaper, Italian to a T.
Yeah.
Last name was Nigro, Nigro. Don't say that one wrong somewhere, right?
I'm not even going to say it at all.
Yeah, but I was working for his son or with his son, and when they went to tell his father about me, they're like, "Oh, we got this guy. Here's his name. We're gonna get him to come out here and help us landscape." Well, the first couple of days, all we're doing is mulching, right? Big, strong, strapping guy with an Italian last name, Dominic.
Yeah.
Then I showed up.
He was like, "Oh,
Yeah. Let's just say they didn't use any sunscreen, and I
you're
was
the
like,
guy."
I need a second bottle of the stuff out here. So yeah, you're the guy. That's not what
You're
I
the guy?
thought at all. But yeah, that's what they got.
Well, I'm sure you still did a good job.
I did.
Yeah, sunburnt and all.
Sunburnt. Yep. All day in the sun. It was a learning experience.
So let's break down. How did you get your channel started, and where's it at now, and how has it grown?
Yeah. Well, Mike's been along for the ride too, because he was kind of asking me about it. I think in some indirect way, you maybe
Well,
started doing this after knowing that I was having fun with mine.
Oh,
Not you
man.
wanted to replicate me. You're
No.
doing your own thing, but the fact that I was doing it and having fun with it, I think you're like, "Dude, I want to do that." And I was like, "You
Yeah.
could do it because you're doing it very seriously." I've already watched all your stuff except for yesterday's because I was out of town.
Well, it was just a quick, reminder for what I got going on this week.
Yeah,
That's all it was.
yeah, and I mean it is a fun. It's a tough setup.
This is a blast.
Yeah, it is.
And it is a tough setup.
It is.
This took me forever. I'm
Yeah.
an idiot. So like the computer part, I
Right.
just had smoke coming out of my ears for
Yeah.
days, and I'm like, I finally got it, and I'll show it again to everybody now. Bam.
Second,
Third guest.
third guest.
So
yeah.
on the screen, I have now got a third guest where I can have somebody on the couch and we can talk to him. Yes, he is directly behind you, which, I've already talked about the optics is not good for us, but I think I might have, if
I
I
think
got
the optics
if I
are
got
pretty good.
Well, thanks.
You have lights. You can see. It actually looks like a place people would live. In my dungeon of a basement is where mine's at. And if you
Yeah.
look anywhere other than where the camera's pointed, it ain't impressive.
So back to you.
Yeah.
You
This is my favorite thing to talk about is me. So
good. Let's do it. The less talking I do tonight, the better. So where did it start?
So I had a podcast that I followed for my favorite team specifically. And I actually tried
And
to
that is
Black and Gold podcast, which is not Boston Bruins, because I know a lot of people that are up north, but it's for App State football.
App State.
So that was my big fandom, right? They beat Michigan. I was there for that. And we'll get into that in a second, like how that's even further attached to what I'm doing now. But I wanted to join them, kind of learn some things with them, trying to get them a little bit better than where they're at now. But they didn't want to do that. And it was respectful. It's fine. I said, I don't want to stop though. I want to do this. So I
Yeah.
said, well, no one's really covering the conference as a whole. Let's do it. And then, of course, the same year I decided to do that, 2 others are doing the same thing.
Really?
Yeah. One of them doing it all by himself and can do what he wants because it's just him on his schedule all the time. And he does a good job. But I wanted to involve other people. I knew for a long time I wanted to do more than just myself. But the first year, I wanted to make sure I was committed, I enjoyed it, and I could, financially.
You're definitely committed.
Yeah, it is a commitment. I mean, I'm pulling 1 a.m. hours a lot, right?
Yeah.
Like, and those nights are not always fun, but you want to be consistent, right? You don't have to do the same time, same day every time, but you got to put stuff out like
Yeah.
weekly by whatever your schedule is. You do have to kind of stick to that to some extent. But the first year, I tried to just do it by myself. I did 3 sports. We covered football, basketball, baseball. And I'm telling you, like, football is kind of my top out of those 3. Baseball, basketball, I know jack shit about, really. Like, I'm trying to learn as I go. And I'm just trying to get 15, 20 minutes small because it's just me. And I said, I can't continue this pace, right? Like, I don't want to do it by myself. It's
That's a
not
lot.
fun. Yeah. And it was a lot of effort to put in this, like, if I'm by myself, I have to know what I'm talking about. It was a lot of background research. But podcasts that I listen to are like this. There's 2 people. They're going back and forth. It's casual. It's conversational. I wanted that aspect. And so what I did was I looped in a kid, a grown man, grown-ass man, that played for App State football.
That's good stuff, right there.
Yeah, on the team that beat Michigan. So he was a wide receiver for that team. It instantly brought me credibility, the show credibility, and it gave him an outlet that he said he wanted to do for a long time, but he didn't know how to start or what to do. So it was just kind of a match made in heaven in that regard. I've actually become like close friends with him at this point too, which is cool. And then I've done the same thing for each and every sport. We won't get into all the details, but I brought in a co-host for every other thing I'm doing.
Nice.
And I brought in 2 really good friends from my baseball one. So, there's 3 of us total on that one. Now we've got a website. So we're really encapsulating everything we want to do. It's still tough, but it's a lot of fun when they actively do the recording of the show.
Yeah, I noticed you started bringing in fans as well, like interviews out in the field. You go watch the games. And that's what I mean by commitment, is going out there and you got to go places and follow people. And I stay in my basement, which is still, I got to get people here.
Yeah.
I gotta, if I got to edit, if somebody says something stupid, and I don't know how to do that yet. So please watch your mouth.
How much cursing can we do on
Oh,
this
we
show?
can curse all day long. I just, some of my friends come on here and they're gonna blurt out something I don't need the world knowing. I'll be
Good
like,
point.
hey, come on, guy.
Like when you said gentlemen to your neighbors up in the room?
Yes, thank you.
See, I do watch the show. It's
Wow.
not a lie.
What was that? Real quick, was
Yep.
I in the wrong?
I found it hilarious, but I would say it would just maybe depend on the
I think,
interactions
like I said,
overall.
I should have got to know him better. So they knew.
So
my
you didn't know
personality.
them very well when you did
I didn't
this.
know him at all.
Oh, well then, yeah, that's
I just knew
probably-
that they were together and they're my neighbors.
Yeah.
But I didn't mean anything
Right.
mean by it.
Well, if they got to know you,
I'm always throwing a joke
Right.
out there.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And most jokes that are funny are at somebody's expense.
always,
Always, yes.
always at somebody's expense.
So with that, you and I used to work together.
Yep.
And we did go on
The
a
good
sales.
old days.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we went on a sales call, and you brought me to a game. It was my first
yeah.
college football game. It was who was playing?
It
was Alabama.
It was no. You wish you saw the Alabama game.
Oh,
We went to see App State
yeah. Well, I know App State because we were the
Versus-
only 2 wearing the shirts.
versus the Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns.
The Ragin' Cajuns.
Yeah.
So we get there. What was it, a 2-hour drive? We stayed at an Airbnb that night. We got a separate Airbnb from our Airbnb.
Yep. We were in New Orleans. The whole trip was predicated on flying into New Orleans, and then we drove like the 2.5 hours to Lafayette.
Lafayette. Okay.
Yeah.
And then there we got a room for the night.
Yep.
And it was some kind of like hostel room, wasn't it? We were in there with
was-
other people.
It was it was like a split level house, I think.
Oh,
Who
okay.
knows if the owners were in there? We never really met anybody.
Yeah. Well,
But it
we
was-
went, by the time we went to bed, we were pretty cross-eyed.
Yeah, a little
But
bit. An adventure.
we get into town and we're in the car and we're seeing a place to eat. I think were we searching for a place to eat or just have an initial drink before we went to the game?
Yeah, well, I think we were looking for both. Like that would have been the best thing, right? And then
Yeah.
my buddies had texted us and said, "We're over here." And
Oh,
we're like, "Is there
that's right.
food there?" And they're like, "Yeah." And guess what? There really wasn't food there. So
Yeah.
we indulged a little bit on the other stuff.
Well, we had
Maybe this stuff.
a red, a raging Cajun, if you will, pull out of the parking lot
Oh
and
yeah.
give us the finger.
Yep.
Because he saw our App State shirts, I guess. So we went to the game. The tailgating was fun.
Yeah.
And the game was fun. I had a blast. We also met Nick's doppelganger at the game.
That's right.
And I wish I could put up pictures.
That's right.
At some point, I'm putting up pictures, but Nick's twin was in the stadium. And, I got a picture of that. And,
He was-
at some point, I'll be able to do that.
Yeah, he was in his red Cajun polo. I was in my
Yeah.
bright yellow App State polo, which goes great with my freckled and pale skin, by the way. Yeah, it's great. It's a great look. But it was a fun night for sure. We had crawfish nachos, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, those were delicious.
Yes.
It was fun. It was a good, I enjoyed it. I think you said it wasn't really a packed stadium.
No. It was like a Thursday. It was like a Wednesday or Thursday night. It was a weird game. Like
Yeah,
the trip was for work, and we were like, "Hey, we can also do this." So
yeah.
it kind of worked out.
Well, when we went back to the bar,
Hmm.
I saw said middle finger man. And I said, Nick, I'm going to go talk to this guy. So I walked up behind him and I tapped him on the shoulder and I was like, hey. And he turned around and looked, he looked at me and he goes, what's up, man? I said, you remember me? And he goes, no. I was like, I'm the one you flipped off earlier. And he goes, oh shit, man, I was just playing around. Let me buy you a drink. I was like, that's a good idea.
He was
And
probably pissing himself when he saw you. Like, well, what?
So he bought us a few drinks and we had fun with him. And it was it was a good time.
Oh, they won the game, so that helps, right? Like us losing was the best thing for us personally because I don't think we paid for much the rest of the night.
That's true.
We got a bunch of people being really nice to us. Cajun people are great, right?
Oh, yeah, that was a blast.
I've told people this too. Like, if you get the chance, sports or not, to go down to Louisiana. And
Well,
go
I
to
just remember the
smaller
first time we said, well, we're actually in New Orleans.
Oh,
And the guy goes, Nolans.
Yeah.
It's like, excuse me, Nolans. Like
yeah.
they were upset that we said New Orleans.
Yep. And it's not Lafayette. Well,
It is
I
to
see.
me.
Well, Lafayette. There you go.
Lafayette.
is
Yeah.
wrong. It's laugh, like you're laughing, like Lafayette.
Lafayette.
That's how they pronounce it, right? Like, yeah, we didn't know that. We
No.
also said that wrong when we first got there, and it wasn't just you; it was me too. So, yeah, I mean, Lafayette. If you ever get down there to that part of Louisiana,
That was a good time.
it was a great time.
Um,
And the golf the next day that we got to
oh my
enjoy.
God.
We got there, but
We got there by this, it was like a 3-hour drive.
yeah, we went from that side of Louisiana to like middle of Mississippi.
Oh my God.
It was a long trip.
It was such a nice course to be so tired on.
One way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, tired.
But we stayed up till we closed that bar. So
Yeah.
there's that.
Well, when you're getting free drinks, you
Yeah.
stay.
It's hard to leave.
Yeah. So back to your channel. At that point, at that game, we didn't talk to anybody. I don't think you were really doing it yet then.
I don't
think you
think we
might have been
were.
starting it. But I was just wondering have you seen how do you gauge your upticks, like people wise or fan base?
So that's a good question because there's multiple ways to do podcasts, and you do what a lot of people like to do now, which is the video aspect. People like to see who they're hearing and interact with.
Yeah.
That aspect. I
Except-
think it's the most fun part of it.
Yeah. Well, I like listening to them in my car. And I do have a large base of truck drivers already. Thank you, Joe,
There you go.
for listening to me in the truck while they're driving.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love to do the same thing you do. But there's a lot that do both, and that's one thing that we do.
But as I said before, I have a voice for video.
There you go.
Yeah. So having somebody like you on or Ty, it's nice because then they get a voice they can listen to without cringing.
Well, they thought they were going to see some dark, strapping gentleman named Dominic Corsetto, and then they're like, oh,
it's you.
yeah, this is not what I thought it was going to be. So sorry, ladies. Oh man, but yeah, no, it's a good question, and there's the audio and the video aspect. The video aspect is hit or miss, but it's pretty consistent throughout our regular fan base throughout the week. The audio aspect has increased every year on our biggest stuff, right? Like football's.
So you're on
the
multiple
hallmark.
platforms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we try and go live as well because we feel like that is one thing Sports Ones can have to involve sports right at the moment. You want to ask a question, you want to have a comment, we're going to try and read and interact with you. I tell our viewers, like, you can help shape the show. Always like to go with that. No, sometimes you have to ignore some stuff, right? People get off track or say something, and you're like, I'm not even going to put that on screen. But
yeah,
it's fun. It involves a lot of people, and if there's something specific they want to talk about that we haven't done, we can do that.
Nice.
So. And we do some fun stuff. Like TJ is the guy that played for App, and he does a lot of grilling on the side. So one time last year, and I'd like to do this again, we were supposed to go to a game together. We didn't get to go because he had something coming up last minute. So we did a whole episode where we watched the game, but we were grilling with him the whole time. So I was taking the camera down, and we were showing the grill off and talking about what he made. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have when Tom's on, he's a hell of a cook, and he wanted to do an episode where he was cooking. I was like, yeah, we can definitely do that.
Definitely do that.
That's like a win-win. I get to have a podcast and eat.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I got to do too, right? Like, I'm like, I'll bring my stuff over, but I get to eat for free, right? And he's like, oh, yeah, man.
Oh,
so it was perfect. It was perfect. So,
yeah.
Speaking of eating, you know what we don't do at work since you left much?
What?
Donuts.
Really?
No more donuts. Unless I bring them, which I've done like once or twice. It's hard to reciprocate. See, Mike used to always give a little, take a little, right? Like Mike and I would go back and forth. We're pretty much the donut guys.
Yeah.
Right? Like we brought him in. Hey, I want to have 4 of these. As long as I can have my 4, you guys can have whatever you want. But it's a little harder these days because nobody really reciprocates. They just take and take and take.
Oh, man. If I wanted to give that company any form of recognition on my show, I don't. So,
no problems with me.
Yeah. But I do miss getting donuts. But the new job has snacks that you don't have to pay for.
Ooh.
Always out. A lot of candy, which I don't personally like because I'll eat it.
Right.
And it's everywhere.
You do and you don't like it.
But the boss man is a huge sweets fanatic. And
a man of the people.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, there's Snickers bars and Reese's peanut butter cups, and
so he has good taste too.
Oh my God. It's everywhere. And you're just like, and then there's Cheetos and Doritos. Oh. Nick, you'd be in heaven.
I would be. Yeah, I eat like that on a consistent basis.
Be floating around the office just going, look at all the bags of chips.
I'd never buy lunch. I'd just eat all like 3 bags of chips for lunch.
You'd be having a Snickers and Cheetos sandwich.
Yeah, I probably would. Mix it all up. Why not? I'll do it. You've seen my eating habits. They're not good.
Yeah.
Somehow I stay slender for the most part, but that's...
Well, it's the running. If you keep running, that helps. I've actually started running about 3 times a week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, you ran at work.
Yeah, here and there.
This crazy bastard used to put a punching bag on his back and do a couple laps with this 50-pound bag on his back. I tried it once, and I think I broke my back.
Yeah, that's probably why my back's in the shape it's in. I forgot I used to do that. But yeah, we used to do the Murph too.
Yep.
That was that's like one of the only times I had tears coming out of my eyes. Like, what was it, 200 sit-ups?
Yeah.
I'm like more of like a 5 sit-up guy. And that thing
20
was just
maybe.
grueling.
Yeah.
And
Do we tell them what the Murph is for them that don't know? Maybe.
yes, we can tell him what the Murph is. The Murph was I don't know his full name. Is it John Murphy or
I want to say.
it was he was a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
And he had a workout regimen that was 300 squats, air squats, right?
So yeah, if you
Well,
go in order of it,
run
yeah,
a mile.
you run a mile.
300 air. Well, you could do the middle in any order you want.
Right.
I think I did the squats first.
Okay.
So it was 300 air
300,
squats,
yep.
and then 200 sit-ups
Mhm.
and 100 pull-ups, and then you go run another mile.
Mhm. And you're supposed to do this with a weighted vest, but we didn't have the weighted vest at work, so we tried to just do it. What we did is what you're talking about.
weighted
We did
vest?
straight through. Like you
Yeah,
can't.
we did it for time.
Did it for time, and we said like you can't go from one to the next thing. Like you can't do like 10 sit-ups
Oh, yeah,
and then
yeah.
go to
You gotta do 'em
pull-ups.
all.
Yeah, and that
Yeah.
was what the killer thing is because your arms are shot.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I just did 10 at a time in the pull-ups, and that seemed to do all right up to like 60 or 70, and the rest were kind of a struggle. But
Yeah.
The air squats, man, you think it just sounds so easy.
Well, when you start, it is, and I think that's why you get sucked in. You're like, yeah, I can do 50 of these. I'll break them up into 50s.
Oh, I got 250 more.
Yeah, exactly. You think you're making progress and you're doing really well, and then you're like, yeah. And then you remember, not only do I get through these, I have to go run another mile after this.
Well, I almost saw the mile as a nice break
True.
from freaking that workout.
Yeah.
Like,
That's-
all I'm doing is putting one foot in front of the other. Big deal.
Yep.
Especially after all those pull-ups. We
Because
used to
you
do a lot of good stuff at work when
Yeah.
Joshy Poo was there. And
Yeah.
a lot of firemen's carries outside and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah. Yeah. We took the weights outside. That was always. Well, it sucked to get them out there, but once you did, it was like, yeah, I could do a workout out here
Yeah.
compared to inside. Much more enjoyable.
That was nice.
Yeah.
I got to work out at night now when I get off work. Like, I come home, go to the gym, and then I got to walk the dogs, and then I go to bed, and then I start it all over again.
That's your day.
Yeah, that's my day. I mean, my day's full, and now I got this.
Now
And
your
like
weekends
the
are full.
setup, oh my God. Yeah. You're down here trying to get the computer right. And
You never know.
it's like a TikTok hole.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
3.5 hours later, you're like, holy crap, I gotta go to bed.
Yep.
And but I do enjoy this. I really do.
Yeah.
And
When you have the setup, right? Like this is I've been on other shows, right? And it's almost always virtually.
oh yeah.
So to do this in person with the setup, the mics, the lights, everything is the drinks.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Woodford.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jenny. I think she left it here.
No free
Shout
ads
out.
though, Woodford. Pay this man
Pay me. Pay me.
or
do
me
it. Do it.
or and me. We can work out a deal, Woodford. Get at us. We just put your sign up right there behind Mike right there.
Yeah, I was talking about. I do a lot of free advertising.
That's true.
For a few things, but I don't have much else to put down here. So it's like, you're welcome.
Yep.
But I was talking about that on one of the previous episodes, that to monetize would be
Oh yeah.
so nice.
Okay, so we'll expand on that of how long I've been doing it, right?
Uh-huh.
So if you include the year I did it solo to start with, when I didn't have really much of any following, this is year 4, right? We're in year 4. $0 made.
Okay, but I've heard that it's usually 5 before anything kicks off.
Well, here's the other aspect of it too, right? The hardest part about it is proving your numbers to anybody. But if you can do that, you can make money immediately, right?
Yeah.
Because if you can sell yourself to a company, big, small, whatever, they may find the reasoning to back you. The hard part is our conference that we cover is small, right? It's not the ACC. It's not one of the big ones that everyone knows about. So makes it a little more difficult to show our numbers. Well, now we've got the website that kind of helps say, well, we're getting consistently this many viewers on the website every month, kind of backing it up. But we've gone viral. I think I showed you the clip from the baseball game. We had 1 million views on 2 separate platforms, TikTok and Instagram.
That's awesome.
Still $0 made. Like, it takes so much more than what these people think. People think, oh, you're a viral sensation or whatever, which, first of all, I knew we weren't. It doesn't matter that you. I mean, it's awesome. It was a really cool feeling to get that many views on something. To be clear, it wasn't me. It wasn't our show. It was literally something I caught at a game that went viral. So it wasn't really my responsibility of going viral, except for taking the video and posting it.
Well, I think that's most people's luck,
True.
I mean, I don't know. We could probably put a set of titties on here, and I could get 900,000 more views.
It's true.
But
it would work.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to doing that. If anybody's, if any women want to donate their body to stand
science.
in between of us to science, yes, it's physics.
Yeah, we're teaching.
It's a simple equation.
Moment.
It's a simple equation to getting more views.
There you go.
So
it will work.
Kind of like that Major League movie. You remember Major League?
Yep.
We could have the cardboard cutout.
There you go.
The more views I get, we start peeling off a piece of the bathing suit.
Let's do it.
I should.
Just don't make sure it's not a cardboard cutout of me. You probably lose viewers.
Well,
I'll just take a drink.
Yeah, I'd probably lose viewers.
No comment. Is that what you want to say?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Grab his dick and twist it.
I knew the movie quotes would come out at some point.
Yeah, we talking about our favorite movies in the past.
Yeah,
and I think we're almost to that point in the conversation. I want to make sure I'm done with your trials and tribulations of trying to grow a channel.
Yeah.
Now, what you said is true. You're covering a small conference, and there's only so much you can do.
Right.
So, are you considering branching off into different aspects of video or sports?
So that's a good question. The guy that kind of partnered with me to do the website.
I'm full of them.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm nothing but good questions.
Yeah, there you go.
Go ahead.
That's why you do this. Yeah. That's why they pay him, folks. That's why Woodford is a sponsor. Yeah. Not really. Oh, are we finishing this?
Yeah, might as well kill it
off. Scotch. It's not Scotch. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Oh, man. Yeah, so we wanted to do this and do it correctly for our conference, right? Because if you start too big, which I was a part of just last year you were witness to some of the stuff I was doing for college football dogs, which doesn't exist anymore, but they wanted to become
doesn't exist anymore? I thought you were still doing stuff with them.
No, it's good.
Did it fall apart?
Yeah.
Really?
It completely fell apart. Well, when you try and start anything from the ground up, you can't just pay people, so a lot of it is we ask you to do work for us and we thank you, and that's about all you can do. And when you do that for so long, once you start putting demands on people, we have deadlines, this is due, people get tired of that, right? Like, what am I getting out of this?
Yeah.
40 views on an article I worked on for 3 hours. I'm not doing that anymore. And it's hard.
Yeah.
So they just kind of quit doing it because it was sucking money. But they wanted to become Barstool, ESPN, they wanted to become the next big sports thing. And I thought it was a good idea. The groundwork was there. They had a lot of good things they did behind the scenes, present themselves professionally. They got us credentialed at games and whatnot. So what we wanted to do was similar to that, but in our own little area, in our own little conference, focus on one small aspect, be good at it, and then have a proof of concept to take to others.
I got you.
Look, this is what we've done. Now we're making money. We want to do this for you, and we'll give you the game plan, and we will show you the ropes, and then other people can kind of go from there. But, that's just like you said with podcasting alone, it's going to take some years to get that.
Sure.
So,
well, you're definitely putting in the work, and your strategy is sound.
Thank you.
I literally did this because I like doing it.
Right.
And I don't care who watches, who doesn't watch. I wanted to do this.
Yeah.
So I'm already winning.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see it grow. I'd like to get more people in here. I don't even know what I'd talk about. We have literally not made a script since we started. And I guess that could get boring to some people, you know, if you don't know. Like right now, I'm getting a lot of people that know me and they know, you know, they might know you.
Right.
But, you know, I'm doing a lot of stories about past experiences with friends right now. And I figured, and I kind of explained this yesterday, that I'm doing that so that the audience at home, as it grows, and they, you know, if somebody does start binge watching episodes, they can get to know me.
Right.
And then when I do start interviewing people that I don't even know, the audience is right with me. They know
Yes.
me like I'm a friend.
Right.
And then now we're both interviewing this stranger.
Yeah.
So I thought it'd be a good way to connect to people is to share because I've got a lot of stories.
Yeah.
I've got a lot, you know, and I've got a lot of people that want to come on, and it's from different sections of my life, the different things I've done. I'm like, if I can just get an audience that wants to see me, that's where it starts.
Yeah.
You know? And,
Well, I think this is perfect. First of all, right? Like I don't necessarily want a script. I have to have a script, right?
yeah.
Because there's people that want to know.
Well, I
when-
wouldn't mind not, you know, I like going off on tangents, like when we break off, because then we've got something to come back to.
True.
You know what I mean? So if you
True.
go off on a subject, we're going off to the right, we could still go left
Right.
and go back to what we were talking about. And that's what I like, because now you're branching off into a conversation that can go anywhere, and it's getting people comfortable to that point where that's why I kind of brought in the whiskey right now, is just to get people to relax a little when they're in
Right.
there. I didn't think you'd have that problem because you've already got a
I
channel.
thought it was to get my clothes off, but I mean, if
that too.
you-
That's why I had everybody else get out of the basement.
the lights are really bright. Now it feels weird. Now the tuxedos seem strange.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
But-
So
Yeah.
this is, yeah.
This is the aspect again. My podcast is predicated on doing it from my basement as well. But unlike you, I don't really have that many people that are close by. Like TJ, my co-host, is 40 plus minutes away, which is actually kind of weird. So are you.
Yeah.
We made it work. But it's during the week. You know, he has
Yeah.
a kid, I have a kid. It's almost impossible to do that in person. But this is what works so well. With or without the drink, when I'm talking to someone and it's just us, if there was a crowd full of 50 people, I wouldn't be responding the way I am, right? Because it's like, oh, eyes are on me. I'm
Yeah.
nervous. I'm clammed up. It's just the two of us talking. Everyone's probably going to relax to that sense. Now, the people that never speak into a mic and put headphones on, that's probably a little weird for them.
Yeah.
But I do this, and so this is very natural. Although, again, more professional setup than I've got with the headphones and the mic.
Thank you. Extremely professional.
There we go. Yep. Shoulder off. No, but seriously, it's an impressive setup, and it just makes it fun and makes it enjoyable to come in here and do this. And as I've told other people, like, your podcast can definitely be watched visually,
Yeah.
or as you talked about with the trucking community, you can listen to this casually and just really enjoy getting to hear two people talk and tell stories. And luckily, so far, it's been everybody you do know really well. To, like you said,
Put out a
everybody
story.
knows
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, and it helps with being extremely casual in the exchange.
Yeah. Well, I
So-
think it helps. It helps keep a conversation going when
Yes.
there's no script. You're both talking about something you know.
Right.
So, you know, when somebody comes in, I say, hey, remember when we did this? We both know
Yeah.
we can go off on it and we can remember it different ways. Cause, for instance, when I have Eric on later this week, I went down to Cape Fear with Eric, and I'm not going to get too deep into that.
You
But
gotta save it. You gotta
It
save
was a disaster. 100% disaster. And
I
so
love that
much stuff
story.
happened to us
Yeah.
that I may be telling some of it wrong, so to have me with Eric here and Eric goes, no, that's not what happened. I'm going to go, oh, maybe that bottle of whiskey did cloud my memory, and maybe he'll come up with a side of it I don't remember, but I
Sure.
know for sure that guy needs to be, that story needs to be told.
Yeah.
I mean, going down the road.
From what I know of it, hell yes.
Yeah.
I've heard you tell either parts of it or the full thing. Well, I've never heard the full
Well,
thing.
there was
I'm sure.
two. One, I made it.
Right.
And that was with a buddy of mine who's,
Oh, okay. So this
who's-
is two different.
yeah, still in the military.
Gotcha.
And he's overseas. And so I don't know if I
The
could
names
ever
will
have
be
him on.
omitted to protect the innocent
Yeah,
or the guilty.
yeah. But Eric, me and that gentleman, and another gentleman named Mike, which I'd love to have all three of them in here. Holy
yeah.
shit. But
Now you just got to pay for a third mic.
I got one.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it's the seat.
Back there.
Bloop, bloop. But yeah.
The casting
That's-
couch.
So there is another camping trip I have where it started out me and two other guys about, I'd have to say, almost 13 years ago, where we just went hiking into the woods with a minuscule amount of supplies. Yeah, maybe some food, a hammock, a
Did
sleeping
you have
bag.
hammocks the first year? You didn't do tents?
The first time we did it, Josh was my neighbor,
Mhm.
and he said, "You want to go camping with me and my buddy?" And they were old Army buddies, and I don't know. I was always outside, so I guess one day he just came outside and said, "You want to go?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I want to go," So I asked
And
him,
ladies, this is how easily men become friends.
yeah. So I said to him, "How far are we hiking?" He said, "Oh, it's about 2 miles." I said, "Oh, okay." So I carried a crap ton of food, like canned food. I brought my liquor still in the bottles. I had clothes for days. I had a big roll up 3-inch foam mat. I mean, I was like a Sherpa.
And was this the first one in the time we gave? Like the time of year?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It was full on January. It was cold. It was a different place than where I've taken you.
Gotcha.
But it was a hike in, same way.
Yeah, he took me to a place where you can't hear people scream, if that tells you anything.
Yeah, well, you're welcome.
That's a story for another show.
Yeah, well, we're going to get into our trip. I just want to bring up how long we've been doing this. So we go out there, and Josh and Eric, they are minimalists. Like, they bring a hammock that'll fit in your pocket, the clothes on their back, and like some beef jerky. I did not do that. And they're looking at me. They're making fun of me. 'Cause
Really?
I got so much shit that I got it on both hands in my backpack. And they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "It's a 2-mile hike. I'm going to be comfortable." So that night, we get there. I'm setting up a 4-man tent. I got a 3-inch foam mattress. And they got 2 hammocks, and we drank. Like, we each had a bottle of liquor, and we went to town on it. We got drunk. And I saw that there was a river. It was already dark when we got there, and I saw there was a river. So I was like, "Oh, I'm going to go do some fishing for a little while, see what I can catch." So I get away from the fire. It's probably 35 degrees. I'm down by the water, and I cast out. Bloop. I hear it drop. I'm like, all right. I'm fishing. Nothing. I don't feel anything, I must have stayed down there for about 45 minutes, maybe an hour, just nothing. Like, my bait was still on the hook every time I brought it back. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm not catching anything. So I go back to the fire, and they're already 3 sheets to the wind. And so we go to bed, and at like 3 a.m, I got to piss, and I'm super warm. And I'm like, oh man, I got to pee. So I get up out of the tent, and I get out of my sleeping bag, and I climb out, and I look, and Josh is like this,
Just shivering
just
away.
standing over coals, like freezing to death. And I'm like, "What's the matter, man?" And he's like, "You guys didn't put me in my hammock." I was like, "I'm not your dad, dude."
Like a baby.
Yeah, he passed out. He passed out with no jacket on.
Oh my God.
sideways in the tent. No, like just out, like just sleeping under the stars. It was like just above freezing.
Oh,
So him and Eric slept on the coals that night. They were on the, like, wrapped around the fire when I got
Oh,
up in the
God.
morning. So I get up in the morning and I see them just huddling the coals. I'm right as rain. But then I go down to the water. And this frickin' river is 2 inches deep all the way across.
sounds like
there's
a creek.
no water.
Sounds like a creek.
Well, yeah, it was a 50-foot wide creek. There was no water. I'm like, Josh, the hell is this?
Oh my God.
You didn't know? Because they've been there before.
Oh.
It's like, you didn't know that
And
this,
they let you
this
cast. and
river
everything.
has no water in it? And I was like, I'm glad I left you in the cold, man.
Payback's a bitch.
So that brings us to the new area. Up
Yeah.
in Virginia we go. And one of the guys' half brothers started going with us, who's a bit younger than we are. And he started bringing his friends.
Yep.
And that's who we went with, I think, last year.
Yep.
Well, last year you did great. You did.
I was better
Nick's,
prepared.
Nick's
yes.
not exactly a roughing it camper by trade.
I'll be more of a
think he grew up
glamper.
Yeah.
I don't do that either, but
But you did good this past year.
yeah, better prepared for
But
sure.
the first year,
Yeah.
you looked pretty miserable.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was.
So that trip, I think you thought Big Mike was an animal, was a wild animal.
Probably. Yep.
Yeah. You said you didn't get much sleep that night,
Mm.
and you kept hearing the sounds of like you didn't know what it was.
Right.
And it was Mike snoring.
Well, Mike was nice enough to lend me a hammock, right? Because I didn't have a sleeping apparatus at that point. I didn't own a tent. I didn't own a hammock. And he said, well, don't buy one because if you hate it this year, then you're not on the hook. But I'll let you borrow mine,
Yeah.
which was awesome. It was
Yeah.
cool. You had to set it up for me. I was like the little lady at the campground. Just like, I guess he'll just set all my stuff up. But, it was okay to get in and out of. The problem was when I was sleeping and I hear what I think is a coyote as Mike's snoring away. I am freaking out, man. Like, it was bad. I was like frozen thinking that there's this thing sniffing around and I'm up here like a snack in the air that I'm just going to start taking a bite out of. Yeah, it was scary. It was unnecessary, but that's what I thought.
I didn't think about that like the noises or when you're in deep woods and you bring somebody who's never done that,
Right.
some noises I know what they are,
Right.
and I'm sleeping like a baby, but you might not know what they are. I mean, again, Mike snoring, he did sound like a wild animal.
Well, does he have his like CPAP or something? I feel
Well,
like
he normally uses one, but
there
not
you
out
go.
there.
It was
And-
loud.
Yeah.
And it sounded like an
Mike's
animal.
a large man.
Yes.
Shout out to Big Mike.
Hey,
Hopefully someday you'll be watching this.
speaking of the podcast, throwback real quick. Mike tells me that he used to play football at James Madison, which is where
Big Mike
he-
played?
Yeah. He didn't play long, and he didn't play, when they're what they are today. But I was like, oh, cool. Little networking there.
Huh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I don't listen most of those fire pit talks.
Yeah. Well, it probably wasn't, because me and him chopped up some wood when you guys had
Oh,
gone to
okay.
do something else the one day. So maybe that's when he told me that.
But he didn't go last year.
No, he didn't go.
No.
Yeah. But we had fun. But I had fun 2 different times because I got 2 different crews, which probably isn't usual, right? Like
Yeah.
you even said, if both of these crews actually came in the same year, we'd be screwed because we wouldn't have any place to sleep for everybody. We'd have to like strategically go to like.
Yeah. Well, if
Something
everybody goes, like,
Right.
sometimes Josh's brother comes, and then we get a few other, sometimes
didn't come
Ty
this year.
comes, and
Thanks, Josh.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm wondering if Josh watches this or if he ever wants to come down here.
We're gonna send him a link. He's got 2 shout outs at least in this episode.
Yeah, he has.
He needs to come on.
Yeah, he
I have
does.
watched that one twice.
I wonder how he'd do.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I could see him in
Think
one
he'd
way
start
really
singing?
open. You could probably get him to sing.
I think he'd be pretty
A
reserved.
little bit of this.
Well, yeah, I'd have to.
Loosen him up.
Yeah, I think so.
Get that Woodford sponsorship to pay off.
Please.
It is tasty stuff.
It isn't. It is. I mean, it.
Yeah.
Um.
It's enjoyable. By the way, there's a text message group that goes around with this, and it's been rather silent lately. What are we thinking for this year?
Well, we usually just kick it off. I mean, somebody usually kicks it
goes.
off around now or November.
Okay.
Somebody will go, "Hey, what are we doing?" But it's almost always MLK weekend.
Yep.
And then I did bring up possibly going to the James River up in Virginia, to that Airbnb.
Yeah.
And we could just sleep outside.
Still not glamping though, folks.
It's not glamping. Nope. It's
Not glorified.
It's for sure a wooden tent. But I would say we'd just leave our stuff in there, and at least we'd have a, but I like the bad weather. I like when it rains.
Well, I'll tell you.
I like the survival aspect of being out there.
True.
I want to be miserable, but at the same time, I'm not,
Right.
because I'm having to work to keep myself going, whether it's gathering wood or trying to find the dry wood on a rainy day or putting up the tarps to keep us dry. It's inclement weather gives you more chances to, I almost want to say show off, because I come prepared.
Yeah.
And when the kids don't, and I'm sitting there dry as a bone,
Yeah.
and they're covering up with a tarp blanket,
Yeah.
and
Falling
they have
asleep in a
nowhere to
chair.
sleep. Yeah, falling asleep in chairs. That was a rough weekend for them. But I enjoyed their misery. I really did. Like, there was one guy that just looked so pitiful.
Yeah.
At like 4 a.m, I kind of opened one eye, I'm in my tent. It's dry. It's downpouring. And he's just sitting by the fire in a tarp blanket, and his back is soaked.
Pouring rain.
And I was just like, he's like, I'm thinking about going back to the truck. And I was like, man, you got like 4 more hours and you're a man.
You can do it.
You can do it. I just kept egging him on. Like,
And he did it.
yeah, he did. They did. I was proud of
Full
them.
credit.
Yeah. And now they come every year and they come prepared.
Yeah.
That-
I would say that's what surprised me the most, right? Like, I came better prepared with food, and I had nothing in comparison to them.
Oh, yeah.
They had every meal each of them brought was like for 6 or 7 people. I was like, sorry guys, I thought I was bringing it for me. Like, I didn't know I was supposed to bring one for everyone, And then they're just like, here, have some of this, have some of this. I'm like, I feel bad. You want to split a candy bar? I bought a couple of those.
That's also the fun thing about it, is sharing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people bring we make a cheese quesadilla, or, I
Some
mean,
kind of
some things you
pasta,
can bring
something.
enough that you can share.
Right.
Yeah,
Chili-
pastas you
chili
can
and
share.
something?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They made some kind of cheesy mac that was out of
Oh,
this
yeah.
world. Actually, everything when you're in the woods is
That's
out of this
true.
world.
I don't think there's anything
Everything
I had
tastes
that was
so
bad.
good. Yeah.
Although I paid for it on the way back that one year.
Oh, yeah. That's
Must not have been cooked enough.
You should not have eaten that sausage. If John says, I've got extra sausage, leave it. Just leave it.
Yeah. Not a smart decision. It tasted good when I ate it. Yeah, something was wrong with that.
Yeah, everything tastes good in the woods.
That's good. It's true.
Except when Eric cooks, and this is a shout out to Eric, it's not just the woods. His food
Oh yeah.
is
He's a chef or something.
out
isn't
of
he?
this. No, he's a chef by hobby.
Oh, by hobby. Okay.
And his rack of lamb in the woods, Angus barn can't touch it. You know what I mean? It is unbelievable.
No free sponsors. Angus Barn, we expect.
Well, I said you can't touch it. I don't care how many stars you got. Your food doesn't taste anything like Eric's rack of lamb in the woods. I mean, unbelievable.
I've not been lucky enough to taste that yet.
Oh my God.
Because he didn't come
I
last
don't even
year.
know where he gets it. Like
Yeah.
I want to bring it and let him cook it.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know where to get that. But that stuff melts in your mouth, and it is unbelievable. I mean, that's the first time I've ever found myself chewing on a bone, like just gnawing on the bone for like 15, just getting all the flavor
All of
off
it.
that sucker. Yeah,
Nice.
sucking the marrow out. Man,
Making your dogs upstairs jealous.
I'm making everybody jealous. But it was, oh man, it's so good. And he made flambe one year at the beach. I mean, he was throwing fire out of the pan. Unbelievable. And we caught a couple of red drum. We caught some flounder. Actually, Jack, his son,
Okay.
he's the only one who caught the flounder.
Oh,
And we probably would have starved if it wasn't for that.
really?
Yeah, it was a nice big flounder, and it fed all of us, and it was so good. And he made ceviche. We took the red drum and we made fried nuggets.
Wow.
We made like fillets, and then we had we what else did we have? I think it was ceviche, the fillets we cooked in butter, and then with blackened seasoning. And then we made the.
See, that's the thing. Like, how do you know? I mean, you have to really be prepared to know that you need these seasonings to.
Yeah,
do
and
that.
that's what I'm not good at.
Right.
Eric's good at bringing. He's got a little kitchen kit, little leather kitchen kit, so cute. And you're just so happy when he pulls it out because you're like, oh, this could use some salt. And he's like, oh,
Yep.
and he pulls out this little.
I did see that last year.
Yeah.
I did see that.
So
the year before, I guess.
Yeah, the year before. But yeah, I usually bring blackened seasoning and butter.
You do good stuff with you prep your eggs.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Before.
I make scrambled eggs at home.
Yep.
Put them in a jar, and then I can just make the eggs in the morning. Pour them in.
My wife did.
She prepped you last year.
She did. She
Yeah.
had the idea. She said, "I'm going to make you breakfast sandwiches, and I'll wrap them in tinfoil, and you can just put them over the fire."
That's
Warm 'em
brilliant.
up. It
That
was
really
great.
is brilliant.
It was great, and I'll say, because of it,
You didn't bring enough to share.
I know that was part of the problem. Everyone's
gotta
like, "What
let
the
your-
hell's that? I want some of that."
You gotta let your wife know.
I know.
There's 8 other people going.
I need 12 each day. 36 of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it worked out pretty well. I mean, the middle was a little cold sometimes, just depending. I had to kind of flip it and open it up. But hey,
It's a work in progress.
was
I bet
good.
by day 3 you were cooking perfect
it
sandwiches.
was better. Yeah, definitely for sure.
It's cooking over the fires.
Hit or miss.
Well, it's not hit or miss. It's a skill.
Yeah,
you
there
gotta
you go. That's
know
better.
what coals to put in. Like
How
Ty
close?
says, everybody does it like this. He comes out there and took a New York strip, just threw it in the fire, just threw it in. We're all cooking on rocks, kind of close. It takes a little while, but
Right.
it's delicious.
Yeah.
His is in the coals, in the ash, in whatever else we're throwing in this fire in the middle of nowhere, because we'll burn everything.
Oh yeah.
I think every once in a while there's one guy that throws plastic in while we're cooking.
Oh,
We're like, come on, man. And I know people at home are going to go, that was you, Mike. And it was once or twice.
Once or twice.
I'm not thinking.
Not
you're
not
just
downstream though. Come on, we got to
No.
get the fire that's over here.
Speaking of downstream, there's bears out there.
Oh.
Okay. So when I caught a catfish, I gutted it and I cooked it and I ate it, but I threw the guts in the water. It was kind of close to where we get our drinking water. And Josh was all pissed off, but I was thinking to myself, you got some fish guts 3-4 feet out in some water you're going to boil anyways.
Right.
That's not the worst thing that's in there. There's most likely dead bodies, all kinds of dead carcasses floating around.
Stuff from boats
yeah,
that's come over
yeah,
there.
oil,
Yep.
gas.
Yep.
It's a river. That being said, isn't it better to throw it in the water than to throw it 20 feet from our campsite
Where
and let some
bear's
bear
gonna smell
come in and eat it? Because
Probably.
he can smell it 4 miles.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, if he smells it in the water, he's not even going to do anything about it, right? Like he's like,
I don't
"I'm
think
not
they're
going
going to
to
smell it in the water.
No.
I think that kind of, the fish will come and eat it
Right.
and it's over.
Right.
But you throw like, half your steak or your fat behind you, that's why we burn everything.
Right.
Because you don't want those scents floating around
Nope.
at 3 a.m.
No, but we
And,
hang the bags up. with
Yeah,
the
you
food.
hang the bags up. I usually bring airtight water bags for my food, so when I wrap it up, it's not leaking scent
Right.
or as bad, you know.
You know, the scent that I had when we got back was smoke
Oh,
on everything.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But if you set up in the proper spot, that's not an issue at all. So last year, 2 years ago,
we
was
all
bad.
kind of smell like smoke.
Well, yeah, when you're close to the fire, you're going to.
Yeah.
But like everything else, like your tent and whatnot, if you're not downwind from the smoke, it's really not. Like this year, I was better prepared to get away from the smoke
Yeah.
because
You were in a pretty good spot
Yeah,
last year.
I was slanted though. I need to work on that. I woke up every morning like sliding towards the bottom of the tent.
Oh, you were in a tent
Yeah.
last year?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, it was cheap. We found it on Amazon,
Nice.
and I like the hammocks that you have. And I saw the prices. I said, I can't do it.
That's the Cadillac of hammocks.
I know.
And I love that thing.
I also
You
you might have told me this, but you can put it on the ground. If
yeah,
you really wanted
you
to.
can make it a single.
It's a
man
real
tent.
tent. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's versatile.
Yeah, it's a lay flat tent that you can put on the ground if you want, if there's no trees around, and then you just, I can't remember if it's actually got stakes or you just use sticks to put up the corners.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then tie it down. I don't know.
I mean, if you're smart like you are, you probably just find sticks so you don't have to carry something like that.
Yeah,
It's just like, I'm not taking those. I'll just find something
yeah.
else.
Well, I think in the videos they show you using your walking sticks or something. A
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
people out there use walking sticks when they're hiking.
Lames.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're not carrying an easy up 3 miles into the woods, you're just a puss.
I'm glad you said it. Because if I said it, they wouldn't believe me. That's like when they say Dominic, and you're like, Dominic Toretto from Fast and the Furious? They're like, no, this small, skinny, slim
Close,
like it.
close. This is Cressetto from Dublin.
Almost as intimidating. That movie ruined my name. I was like, I should never go by Dominic now.
I didn't even know your name was Dominic for like 3-4 years.
No one does, because when they see me, they don't associate that.
No,
It's
well, I
Nick,
couldn't
and
find you
everyone
in my
thinks
contacts because my
Nicholas.
contacts are Dominic, and I kept trying to
Oh.
search Nick.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh shit, son of a bitch.
Yeah, I trick a lot of people that way.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks Nicholas.
Oh, Nicholas.
Oh yeah, everyone thinks that's the full name, right? Which is funny because my brother is Jake, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's Jacob." No, it's just Jake.
Really?
Yeah.
On the birth certificate?
Yep.
Jake.
Just Jake. Just Jake.
I'm the only one without a Y in my family, which is weird
Huh.
because there are Mikeys. Like my
Right.
son, I call my son Mikey.
Right.
I was never called Mikey.
Never.
No.
Oh.
It was always Mike.
You were big from a young
or
age,
Michael.
probably.
No, I was tiny. I was
Huh?
a tiny high schooler. I
Oh.
was like 160 pounds. I was
So you could hang glide on a Dorito like I could in high
yes,
school.
yes. I was a very tiny man, and
So there's hope for me yet. Is that what you're saying?
yeah.
One day when I grow up, I'll be big and strong.
But my older brother's always been Johnny, and my younger brother's always been Billy. But I've always been Mike.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Are
Unless
they birth certificate Billy and Johnny?
No, no, no,
Oh.
no.
But they've always had that extra Y on the end just to.
Well, we've always called them John. You know, I'm
Gotcha.
Michael, but my parents even call me Mike.
Oh, okay.
And Johnny's always Johnny, and Billy's always Billy, even though his name's William.
Okay, yeah.
And which my younger brother's name's kind of crazy because his initials are War.
Really?
William Anthony Ronaldo.
That's awesome.
But he can also go by Billy Tony Ronaldo. You know, he's got so many alternate names.
Right.
You know,
But
or
that's
my
awesome.
grandmother would call him shit. Yeah.
That one I don't understand, but
Well, let me explain.
okay, there we go.
So there's 4 of us. you
Okay.
know, with my sister, and my father's mother. We'd always stay out there on the weekends, and one of us would be doing something wrong, always. You know, so she'd always get it wrong. Like it was always. Well, I guess what we did was we always considered Michelle to be shit. Her name was shit because she'd always go. You know, she'd be yelling at Billy.
Oh.
She'd be yelling at Billy, and she'd go, Johnny, Michael, Billy, shit. You know, or she'd go, you know, like Johnny, Billy, Michael, shit. We're like, why is Michelle shit? Because she was older than us. She was never there, so she was
Oh.
just yelling at one of us boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're always like, Michelle, your name's shit.
I bet she loved that. Is she the oldest, you said?
She's the oldest.
She's the oldest.
Yeah.
She could take it.
She could take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She had to deal with us growing up. Which
Right.
is, oh my God. I always apologize to my mom and my sister. Like, God, I'm so sorry.
Sorry for being me.
We were dicks. I remember one time, I don't know if you remember this toy, but it was hard plastic, like most toys are in the 80s. It was called the Animal, and it was a monster truck with claws that came out of the tires. All hard, solid hard plastic. And you could turn a little hubcap, and like the claws would come out. And it took like 6D batteries. This thing was a beast. Well, I wrapped it. I wrapped it in Christmas present,
Yeah.
wrapping paper,
Yeah.
gift wrap. I walked up. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I did this. I just don't
tell
know.
the story of the time I was a dick.
Oh man. So I walk up to my sister in the kitchen. I remember it clear as day. I'm like, punch this as hard as you can.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, what? I was like, it's a pillow. Punch it as hard as you can. Pow! She was like, ah! She started crying. Her hand was all mangled. And I'm like, why? Why'd I do that?
Because it's your sister. You have to do those things.
I guess. Oh, she was so mad at me. And she never chucked like her shoe at us. She'd whip one of our shoes.
She was smart.
Or she'd pick my dad's boot or
Oh,
something
man.
and throw that. But
I'm guessing your dad didn't have small feet by the looks of you and your brothers.
no. No, I used to follow his foot tracks to school. Because he walked to work every day. And it would be like 2 feet of snow on the ground.
Uphill both ways.
Yes. How come everybody thinks that's weird, by the way? If you're going to school and you got to go up a hill and then down the hill, on the way back, you got to go up the hill.
Yeah.
So uphill both ways
is accurate.
Is almost always accurate. Like,
true. If there's a hill involved.
Unless you're downhill all the way to school.
And then you only have to go up once.
Yeah, and then you only go up once. That's even, like, I think it'd be more weird to say it was downhill one way. Like when I was
we got it.
When I was it was uphill one way.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh wow, yeah, that's a long way. It was uphill the whole time.
The whole way.
That's even worse. But yeah, uphill both ways. Yeah, sure. You had a hill.
Yep.
Big deal.
Yeah.
I always found that weird because every time I've always heard it, I'm like, yeah, I had to go back up the hill I climbed the first time. Yeah. And speaking of that, I remember the guy I walked to school with, Jeff Wemple. I'll send this to you.
I thought there were no last names here. No, I'm just kidding.
Another buddy of mine. He'll be okay with it. I think he'll be all right with it. He's not getting hunted down. Hopefully you're not beating women off with a stick, and you'll be okay with this recognition. But Jeff, we'd walk to school together. We were the same age, but he was a year ahead of me because I got held back. Surprise, surprise.
I'm surprised I didn't.
And there was this one hill where the road ended, and then it was a big hill down, and then the road started again. So it was a dead end, and it was a shortcut for us.
Okay.
So he climbs over the rail and gets out on the hill and trips.
Oh boy.
He barrel rolled all the way down this hill. We still got 3 or 4 more blocks to go. It's windy. It's probably around 0, maybe -3. And he's got snow all down the back of his jacket, snow in his face. And I'm just laughing. I think it's the funniest thing ever. And he's like, we're going to get this. Oh, I'm freezing. We had like 3 more blocks to go. And the walkers got 2 lockers in my school.
Okay.
So we had a locker for clothes and a locker for books. Because you
had to
have that, which reminds me of one of our favorite movies, Dumb and Dumber.
Oh yeah,
Harry, your hands are freezing. I never realized that until you pointed it out. Like I just thought that scene was funny because he had 2 pairs of gloves.
Yeah,
but then when they start wrestling. And he grabs him in the face, and he's like, "Your hands are freezing." That's great, that's just something I didn't even pick up the first time, and I'm like, "Oh man, I got to watch that again.
Yeah. Some of those jokes are better because you didn't get them the first time.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Not jokes, but you know, like something that you didn't necessarily focus on. You're like, oh shit.
yeah, there's a lot of that I see in movies. That,
Yeah.
That's why I like to go back and watch. I like to go back and watch a lot of the movies I watched in the 80s because you see stars before they were stars.
Yep.
And you're like, holy crap, is that Brad Pitt in the back? Like, doesn't even have a line.
Speaking role.
Yeah, he doesn't
Yeah.
even have a speaking role. Did he just walk by? And you rewind it and you're like, I'll be damned. You know, I think I saw Jason Momoa in it was one of the vacation movies.
Really?
With Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
And he was in the restaurant and he was skinny as a rail and tall and he was hitting on Audrey, the daughter.
Oh.
And like she wanted to go home with him. It was in a restaurant. I can't remember which one it was. But
Huh.
I swear that's real. And when I think about it, he had short hair.
So it's like unrecognizable.
He was
almost.
unrecognizable, but it was him. That was him in one of those roles that will never come up on his portfolio.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean?
IMDb's not got him as a tagged actor in that movie.
Exactly. But it was him. And I think about that now and I'm like, God damn, he was just a like a waiter in a restaurant, you know. He had like I think he didn't have a speaking line, but Chevy just looked at him like, oh no, we're leaving. You know?
Oh man. Yeah, what's funny is I was looking up movies on that, and like some of my favorites aren't even on the list. Not even just near the top. Just not even on it. And I'm like, yeah. I guess it's maybe because I was a kid when I watched some of them.
What list?
I looked up like top comedy movies just to have like a starting point for any conversation that we may have, and I was like, oh. Some of them are good, of course, but then some of them are not what I would put on there, and then the ones like some of the ones I was thinking of are not on the top at all.
What was top on your list?
On my personal list,
Yeah.
well, as a child growing up, the very first movie like I ever attached to that I knew the character and I wanted to emulate them, and you know this probably, but Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. Not the second one. A lot of people like the second one. I like the first one.
Oh, well.
Well, Jim Carrey back then was like the physical comedy as much as what he said, right?
Yeah.
Like it was the physical comedy that I felt, like the contortion of his face
Oh,
and the,
well, that
the
was-
voices, like it all just worked together.
For me, it was In Living Color. So we both liked Jim Carrey at a different time.
Right.
But Fire Marshal Bill,
Oh yeah.
like I go back and watch those now and I'm like, and you're right, the contortion of his body, like, or when he was that manly girl, like he did this workout where he had this tiny string bikini and the little ponytail hair. And he could do that stuff with his shoulders. And you were just like, this guy's on another level.
Oh yeah. He did the Vanilla Ice skit.
Oh
on
yeah,
Living
Vanilla
Colors.
Ice.
God, that was hilarious. But yeah, just the way he acted in that one. He'll be an all-time favorite of mine. I know he's gotten more into serious roles, and then I don't even think he's doing much of anything now. But
I don't think so. He's got to be close to 60.
at least, yeah.
Yeah. So I think if he does anything, I don't know. He might have, went off the rails.
Maybe he was on the list.
Oh yeah, he might have been on the list.
We won't touch that section.
No, I also talked about that yesterday. Subjects that I wouldn't touch.
Right.
I
Yeah,
don't
you
know,
just
I don't know if you saw that part, but like politics,
Mm-mm.
I don't want to talk about it.
Nope.
And religion, I don't really want to talk about.
Nah.
Anything that people have hugely different views, I don't want to bring up here.
Right.
Because I'm not looking to get in an argument. I just had some wonderful liquor. I'm not trying to, and I'm not saying it'd always be an argument,
Right.
but I think I did say that, some of this stuff we view is probably different.
Well, I think for the most part, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but me and you are pretty carefree. Like, I can get along with anybody.
Yeah.
And I think you're the same way.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could do stuff to piss us off, but I mean, for the most part, I can meet anybody and be like, yeah, I can go have a beer with them, have a meal. Like I can get along with somebody. I might not do it again. Like
Well,
if I
I
get to
give
know them.
everybody the courtesy.
Right.
And like you said, I can either tolerate it and be like, okay, And I think off air I can tell you a story that I can't tell on air, just because said people might watch at some point, and I don't want to cause any trouble.
Right.
But you need to hear it.
Yeah.
So definitely remind me when this is over. Ask
Will
me
do.
about it. And it was a
Ask me
dinner.
about
It was
my
a dinner I
will.
had that
Oh,
it's some crazy stuff. But I almost feel like I could change the names and talk about it, but if that person does see it, they're gonna be like,
that was me.
in that voice. In that voice.
Oh man. Yeah. Protect the innocent.
Nick, I can't see the time, but I think we were doing pretty good. I think this has been
It's
a
been
good episode.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of like going about, unless it carries on like in a fluid manner
Right.
longer, I'll go over an hour, but I think 45 minutes to an hour it's pretty good.
People's attention spans
Yeah.
do tend to waver. That's
Yeah.
what we found on ours.
Well, if we're comfortable and we're just rolling,
oh yeah.
then let's roll.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm not now, but I feel like, we're talking about stories that you weren't involved in. Some of them.
Right.
And I don't want to go off the rails too much. I don't want to keep you on a Sunday. Yeah, I mean, I do appreciate you coming out
Oh, yeah.
and doing this. I thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I wish all the best for Sunbelt Syndicate and what you're doing.
Same to you. And I appreciate you having me on as a guest. This is, like I said, I've never done it in person like this with a professional setup, and
I like the way you keep saying professional. I do like that.
it's not.
I mean, yeah,
It's set up. It's professionally set up.
Yeah.
You're a pro. You've done this repetitively for a few weeks, and you're set up to continue doing it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely.
This isn't
set
a
up to
makeshift
continue.
setup where you're like putting up, breaking down, putting up, breaking down. This is set up for you to continue doing this on
Yeah,
a consistent basis.
This is literally a studio now.
Yeah.
Like I've even rearranged the couch to have an audience.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
And I can't wait. And last time I had Ty on, there was people down here.
Yeah, yeah.
But
There might have been a mooning situation. From
Yeah, there might have been.
It was clean. It was clean. No editing needed. But
he
it may have
rides a
happened.
fine line on what I have to edit.
That was so funny when he's like, "You can't. What? You can't see that." And you're like, "You can clearly see."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, but you can't see."
That white Polish ass. Yeah.
Oh, that was a funny moment.
Yeah. Ty's, we've known each other for way too long.
Down to Mike's uncensored.
Yeah. I wasn't even sure what to call it. And I
No,
had
that's
the sound.
perfect.
Yeah.
I think it's perfect because it, like you said, this is conversational podcasting. You don't have to have a script. Again, we had one idea to just have as a background. Like,
Yeah.
hey, if we need it. I didn't even know what you were going to talk about. The fact that we traveled together and did the Louisiana trip, that was perfect because that was probably one of the first times I got to know you on like that level.
Yeah.
We'd already been friends and talked
Yeah.
at work, but like traveling with somebody, obviously you get to know them a little bit better.
Oh, we can talk about, I think one of our first trips was Memphis.
Oh yeah.
And we had
That
the
might have
big
been before.
donut. We passed by Graceland.
Oh.
Graceland's in the ghetto, by the way.
Oh,
Like
so
100% in the ghetto.
crazy. I did not know that. Did you know that going in? I didn't know that.
I didn't know it was like
Literally in the middle.
literally smack dab in the middle of the ghetto.
Yeah.
Like you're stealing a car here, and then there's an airplane here, and then there's a White House here, and then there's a fence with green grass, and then a crack house. It's literally
It's bad.
just smack dab in the middle of the ghetto.
Yep.
And that's probably why that song's so good. In the ghetto. But we were there, and I, like you said, we talked at work and stuff. We didn't really know each other.
Right.
And we get to the room, and I go to take a shower, and I started the water, and I came out in a towel, and I was like, "You coming?" Did we just become best friends?
Stay tuned for part 2 tomorrow.
Yeah. I've had that happen to me, and it was the funniest thing ever. Like, it was such a good way to break ice
Yeah.
with somebody you don't really know. because this guy Eric I used to work with, a different Eric, but he was my boss, and we'd always go to Tennessee to clean hoods for Merck Pharmaceuticals, and it was a real big thing where we'd always stop at what is it, Gatlinburg,
Yeah.
and we'd go to Ober Mountain and stuff. We'd spend 4 days there for this 6-hour job. It was great, and when we'd go in, there's security and gates, and you got to be super professional and all this,
Oh.
And
Oh yeah,
it's
because
like-
you're pharmaceutical.
yeah. So it's real, people are on, like, we have chaperones the whole time we're doing this shit. But anyways, when we first get to the hotel, Eric did that to me. Comes out in a towel and he goes, "You coming?" And I was just like, all right, this guy's cool. I was like, I'm going to use that one.
If there's not some sexual innuendos, then what are you really doing?
Yeah, exactly. Well-
No, but it's perfect, and it again, you and I are carefree. You understand that, like, that's what makes us tick. That's why we're friends, because the humor is the same.
Yeah.
If you and I were talking and it was just flat affect, and then you say something like that, and I don't really respond, then it's, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah, it's pretty dry.
Yeah. Woo. Okay. Yeah. This is gonna be a rough trip.
Yeah. I'm just
I'm gonna lock the door
hit
tonight.
the stop button on this one.
Yeah.
Or if the guy gets up and goes, all right.
Yeah. You actually.
I was waiting for
follows you.
that.
I've been waiting all day.
What
for
do I
this.
do? Do I go along with it? Do I see where this goes?
Do I buy the coffee in the morning, or does he?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
The donuts were freaking huge, though.
They were huge. And I think that was just a Dunkin' or something, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, it was
No,
some
it was-
special
it was like
place?
Motown Donuts or something. Well, it
That
might not have
donut
been.
was enormous.
It was
the
huge.
size of your head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we're donut guys, as we talked about. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
we had no problems. But I mean,
It was yeah, they were big.
Yeah.
And I think they do that just to stay on everybody's good side
probably.
in the neighborhood we were in.
Oh yeah, that wasn't
They're
much
like,
better.
"Here,
That's
take
right.
a bigger donut. Well, we were across the street from Graceland when we had those donuts. I think
Yeah.
we were looking at the airplane, Elvis's plane. It was like
Oh.
across the street. But those trips,
Those trips.
I hope you guys are
today.
still doing them, But
Crew's a lot smaller than it was back then.
yeah, that's true.
Also, like, I'm not the same age as a lot of the people.
I really should get Jay in here to talk about my first trip to DC.
That is a story,
That is a
and the names will not be protected in that one.
nope.
And I am innocent because I didn't go on that trip, and I'm glad now after hearing this story. I'm not saying anything about it. But no.
I'm not saying anything, but I might message Jay and be like, "Hey, you want to talk about this night?" Just because all this craziness goes on with these two said people,
Mhm.
and and it was just drunken debauchery. There was no like women or anything. It was
Right.
just drunken debauchery that just went way too far in a house. And when it was finally over, because it was my first time as a salesman.
Oh, that's right.
And my first
That was your
time,
first
like
trip?
that was my first trip, and they tried to make it a big trip where we all kind of gang banged Washington D.C.
Careful what you say.
Whoa.
It's uncensored.
But we were all there, and like this night finally ends, and Jay's just like we're sitting on the couch, and Jay's like, "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry." And I'm like, "What, man? It's over. We got him to bed."
What the hell just happened?
He's like, "This isn't how trips are supposed to go." And he's like apologizing to me, and I'm like, "Bro, it's cool, man.
Yeah.
I've seen people lose their shit on liquor before."
You did work in a bar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's nothing we haven't. This is nothing I haven't seen.
Right.
And
Went to college, worked at a bar. I've seen it all.
yeah, and oh my God, that guy.
No.
Just to put into perspective, one thing that happened is we had a gentleman, a salesman, probably about 5 foot
nothing.
5'3", 108 pounds,
Soaking
sopping wet, like in a downpour, holding an apple. He was 108 pounds. And we had a ex-special forces guy, me, I'm not the toughest guy in the world, but I'm 6'2", 240. And then we had Jay, who's probably a little bit bigger than I am, all standing there as this gentleman proceeds to tell us he is going to whoop all our asses.
And he's not a black belt.
And I'm trying to tell him, how are you going to do it?
Yeah.
And he's like, I could take all of you down right now. And I just said, let's say hypothetically you can. I want to know how you're going to do it. You know, I was like,
who are you going to start with?
I want to know if I can take down 3 giant people with your moves. Like, tell me how you're going to do it. You know, so I'm trying to have a conversation with him while he is blackout crazy. And he's just going, destroy all of you.
I'll decimate you.
I'll decimate you. Yeah. And I'm just like, man, I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
I was like, just start with him.
He'll take care of the light
It
work.
obviously never went anywhere. And when one of us 3 did get angry, he went into convulsions. He went into a fake seizure on the ground.
It might have been real.
It was fake as hell. We all know what a seizure looks like. This guy wasn't having one, because the second we said, we're calling an ambulance, he snapped out of it. And nobody does it. You don't just snap out of a seizure.
No. That's not possible.
So we all knew he was faking. And, you know, this is just one of the things that happened that night.
Yeah.
Plenty.
Oh, I know some of the other stuff.
Yeah. And,
We won't say it, but
got him
episode further in the future for sure.
got him to bed. Needless to say, I carried him to bed like a little baby. And
He's never had to do that to me, by the way.
His leg got caught in the baluster on the way up the stairs. And I just kept walking. It's exactly what he did. He goes, and he didn't like scream, but he looked like he wanted to scream. And I was looking at him like, what's your problem? And then I looked and his ankle's like stuck in the baluster, and I just kept walking. I didn't know. I mean, it was like carrying up a bag of spaghetti, you know, just dry spaghetti box.
Oh my God.
And I threw him on the bed and I was like, don't get up, man. Just
sleep
it off, bro. Go get some water if you got to get some water, but you need to.
I don't think he was probably capable
You
from
need
the
to
sounds of it.
relax. But yeah, well, he got up the next day and went on to work and pretended like nothing ever happened.
Must have
And
been
we were like,
painkillers.
oh my God. Yeah. He brought a pharmacy.
Yeah,
A
to
pharmacy.
say the least.
That's when I actually got to know that guy.
He
Like,
told me he didn't drink water because it made his head hurt. So what did he drink instead? Diet Pepsi every day. I can't even explain to begin what someone thinks that is a healthy decision. And this is coming from someone that you know doesn't eat great.
no, you eat like shit.
But I drink water.
I'm
lot.
impressed
Yeah.
with your
I'm
physique.
not even mad. I'm impressed.
Yeah, well, I mean, it'll be first thing in the morning. You'd be like, I got to make a sheet stop. And you'll come back into the car with like Skittles, sweet tarts, some sugar straws, and like a Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's 8 in the morning, Nick. It's 8 in the morning, man.
I'm a child at heart.
Yeah. But your candy
I'm
obsession.
a peacock, Captain. You gotta let me fly. Also, another great movie.
Did you know they can fly?
I mean, for
I
sure,
always thought they couldn't fly.
I
And it
didn't-
was a
yeah.
great part of that movie.
Yeah.
But they can fly.
for short spurts, right?
No, they can go.
Oh,
they can
really?
they can fly.
I did not know
Peacocks
that
can
thing.
actually
I thought maybe
fly.
like jump fly. You
no,
know, like
they
oh.
can legit fly.
What was it they said in Toy Story? Falling with style, like kind of like
Yeah, yeah.
it's not pretty, but I can do it.
That's every time I want to jump a snowmobile or something. It's not gonna be pretty, but I'll do it. Yeah.
I've seen some videos of the dirt bikes.
Yeah.
Those are sweet jumps.
Well, they were on VHS.
yeah,
Yeah, we held a camcorder up for those. And
yeah. Before cell phone videos was a
oh yeah,
thing.
it was before cell phones. My and I think a lot of the things me and my brothers did when we were little, you know, it was either VHS or we didn't get it on camera and we
Right.
should have.
Oh yeah.
Like when I
Some of the things are probably good that you didn't get on.
yeah. 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 That's like It's like it's like Step Brothers, the video with the boat. My dad would be like, "Is that my boat? Is that my car?
That's my fucking boat.
Yeah, baby.
Oh,
You know.
Dad, it's the best part.
Yeah, pay attention.
Investors?
Possible investors.
you.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, I'm gonna end it there.
Yeah.
I don't know what time we've done, but I think it's been pretty good. And like I said, I want to thank everybody for watching. This is episode 3 in the books. I'm here with Nick Crusetto. If you guys are sports fans and you want to see Sunbelt Syndicate, go ahead and look that up. Are you guys still flowing, or is football over? I don't even know.
No, we are right in the middle of the football season. We're about to start basketball coverage. So
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, if you're a sports fan, check it out. I'm sure I'll have Nick back on at some point. And because we got the camping trip coming up in January, and I think me and Nick might do an on-site podcast, because you've
That'd be
got
sweet.
equipment. Yeah, we can do something.
Some mobile equipment.
Yeah, mobile equipment. We can do something on location.
There we go.
And I don't think we had a problem with cell service there. It's False Cape at the beach that was bad cell service. I think.
Yeah, they were streaming playoff football last year.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, well.
those idiots! I can't believe they did that shit.
Yeah, the
That's
other
like
crew
when Joe
would not have done that.
Joe came one year and he was playing Call of Duty in the tent. We're like, "What are you doing?" Like, how are you in a tent playing Call of Duty right now? Love you,
Classic
Joe.
Love
Love
you,
you, Joe.
Yeah, I love Joe too. He just gave me a shout out. We the viral video of the baseball thing, just real quick. We had one yesterday that went pretty good on Twitter from like a little scuffle after a football game.
X.
Yeah, X. Yeah, there
Okay.
you go. And so yeah, he'd seen that, and he was like, "Is that your footage?" I was like, "It is." That's how we get popular, is like that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like the podcast is one thing. You get lucky, like you said. You just
Yeah.
be in the right spot at the right time. But,
I was actually thinking about making a sign and dropping it over a bridge.
for this,
YouTube at Down to Mike's.
there we go.
Just fucking put it out where people can see it coming down the highway to work. That's thousands
Just go to
of
one of the
people.
protests and just put it out there.
Yeah.
No political stuff, Mike. Damn it.
Thank you. Okay, for the third time, I'm going to shut this down. Nick lives 40 minutes away, so we're going to kill it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go check out Sunbelt Syndicate. And, I got a few guests this week, so stay tuned, subscribe, like this, leave me some comments. Let me know how I'm doing.
Yeah, follow this guy. Seriously. But I wouldn't have come here if Mike wasn't a good friend of mine. And he's just a great dude as well as doing this. So I've enjoyed
you,
it.
Nick.
Keep going, and I'll be watching.
All right. Hey, on the count of 3, we're going to say thanks for coming out. 1, 2, 3.
Thanks for coming out.